Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. As always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello.
And this is our sister show to Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, where we bring you the weirdest things we found on the net this week, whether be it macabre, comedic, tragic, or just plain absurd. It's called Weird News. Let's do it.
This first one's definitely tragic.
Have you seen this week? This is fucking horrific. I also want to say you can follow us on Facebook at Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, YouTube at Apocalypse Bull, and SoundCloud and other podcasting platforms at Cutting to the Bull in the PTA. Let's crack on with this one. Police say the kite fighting string was responsible for Indian festival deaths.
Horrific deaths.
Horrific deaths. India's annual kite-flying competition turned deadly this year as competitors used specially coated strings to disable their opponents' kites. Police say 6 people were killed in the Indian state of Gujarat during the January 14th festival after their throats were sliced by glass-coated kite strings.
Wow.
3 children, including a 2-year-old baby.
What?
Yeah, 3 children, including a 2-year-old baby, were among those killed after the glass-encrusted razor-sharp strings used by, quote, kite fighters participating in the Uttaran festival got entangled around their necks and slit their throats.
I didn't see that.
It's fucking pretty grim, isn't it? At a kite festival?
I know, yeah.
It's a fucking kite festival. Imagine, like, Claire, you've been to that Bloom festival there uptown, I'm assuming you have, yeah? Pete?
And they all start dropping napalm on you.
The balloons just went up and the guide ropes just started like slitting people's throats. It was the ground crew's throats. And this is just that's ground crew. This is spectators.
Why would you cover them in glass anyway?
To make them take
Cut
out the other ones.
Yeah,
Cut the strings of the others.
It's obviously a cheating method.
Yeah, while flying kites, fighters often engage in a type of aerial combat, attempting to slice the kite strings of rivals with their own. During these fights, the strings sometimes swing close to the ground or get entangled on trees and electrical poles, and sometimes causing accidents like those that took place in Gujarat. Now, traditionally, kite strings were made of cotton threads, but in recent years, Indian kite fighters have been using sharp nylon or synthetic strings coated with powdered glass called Chinese manja. Chinese string in Hindi, that is almost exclusively made in India. Although it was originated in China, it does not break easily.
Oh.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's fucked up.
In the Gujarat city of Bhavanga, Kirti Thakur, a 2-year-old girl, was riding on a scooter with her father when a dangling kite string wrapped around her neck. The string penetrated even deeper when the father tried to remove it.
Oh.
She died in a hospital a day later. A 3-year-old girl, identified only as Kismet, was walking with her mother when a kite string struck her neck and slit her throat. She died on the way to the hospital.
Bloody hell. That's just horrifying, isn't it?
It's like, what the fuck? It's a kite festival! It's supposed to be like pleasant and jolly.
Are these kites that have just like snapped, and gone unruly and they're flying about, or they've got caught in something?
I think some of it is the spectators, and because the kites have dropped lower, they've wrapped around them and cut them.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I guess they're ones that have gone rogue and wrapped around someone's neck.
Left dangling somewhere, someone drives through it, whatever. Do you know what though? People say like our country and health and safety gone mad and this, that and the other. It's times like this you do appreciate the fact that we do care about health and safety.
Yeah.
And things like that don't generally happen in this country.
As much as sometimes... Sorry, Claire, go on.
I said no, I
Yeah.
don't.
As much as we go, oh, bloody health and safety, at the same time, it's like, most of it's fairly sensible though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, alright, you get the odd ones, like conkers not being used you can't play conkers. I mean, in school, when we were kids, we used to play a game with conkers. You get a conker off the ground, this is like what is it, a seed? I don't know.
It's a nut, isn't
A
it?
nut.
Seed.
Drill a hole in it, put a string and a knot in the bottom, and you flick them at the other person's conkers, and whoever breaks first wins. You can't play
Whoever
that
breaks
anymore.
first loses.
Sorry, whoever's breaks first loses. Yeah, they banned that because all the flying shards of conker may go in someone's eye.
And clapping each other's knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah. Or because that might have happened once, so therefore risk assessment says, no, that's a risk. Ban it.
Yeah, because we
That
all
goes-
played it at school.
Yeah. That goes a bit mad. But in terms of general health and safety, you're like, yeah, that's not too bad, is it, really?
Yeah, don't lick light switches.
Yeah. Don't unload stuff that's really badly leaning over.
Yeah.
Don't unload next to anyone. Things like that.
Don't have kite festivals.
Don't have kite
Laser
fes-
cutting fucking
With
wires.
glass encrusted string. Don't do that. It's meant to be a happy thing. That's what pisses me off. And a baby died, for fuck's sake. Pack it in, lads.
Yeah.
This is breaking weird news. It happened
it?
today.
Man dies after being crushed by public urinal near Trafalgar Square.
Fucking hell.
Police say the man was working on the toilet close to the Palace Theatre in London's West End.
Poor bugger.
It's one of the telescopic ones as well that comes up.
Right.
Emergency services raced to the scene in the West End on Friday to attempt to free the maintenance worker trapped underneath the public toilet. A rescue operation was launched just after 1 p.m. between Shaftesbury Avenue and Charing Cross Road near the capital's busy theatre district.
The West End.
The London Fire Brigade sent 4 fire engines and around 25 firefighters, and with the help of police and paramedics at the scene, managed to free the man, but he was pronounced dead soon after.
So that thing went up, out the ground, while he was doing the maintenance on it, and then come back down and he got crushed under a public pisser. Oh, that's grim dark.
So it's one that comes out of the ground, is it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
goes back down.
Yeah, that's exactly them.
I've never seen them.
No.
Yeah, they're a fairly new thing. There's not that many of them,
There's
dotted
not going to be
around.
many more of them probably now.
Well, certainly I think health and safety measures need to be looked at.
The man had become trapped underneath the hydraulic urinal, a toilet stowed below ground which is brought to street level at night for people to use.
Yeah, you just gotta pop up.
It's a good idea to have, urinals dotted around there, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
But they're going to have to do is have some kind of cut-off switch isolation that once it's up and maintenance begins, it's completely isolated and it cannot fucking come down there. Some kind of fucking big iron pole you stick under it so it can't physically...
What is it with you and fucking iron bars? You want to shove one in a bear's mouth, you want to shove one under a public urinal. Now it's on a hydraulic press, isn't it? If there's a hydraulic fault and you're under it and you could have isolated it and locked it in place, if the hydraulic goes, it's got to plummet in it.
Yeah, that's why they need to have some fail-safe.
Oh yeah, there needs to be some kind of thing that comes out. Then should he have been under it?
So this is why you'd get some kind of prop to make sure that there's no... It could be any... It doesn't... There's going to be a design very soon
But still.
of some special fucking...
Oh god, yeah.
Heavy steel prop that no matter what will not crush under its weight.
But
Well,
still,
it's a two-man job, one to sort of watch on the outside,
another valid point.
Yeah.
Still, horrific way of being crushed under a public pisser.
What a shame.
It's fucking tragic.
Yeah. So,
It's a shit
sorry
way
for
to
his-
go.
Sorry for his family and that.
Outside the Harry Potter exhibit, of all places. All the kids probably heard him screaming. Oof.
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shitter.
Well, no, pisser, Mike. Pisser.
Hero rail worker rescues Raccoon after its testicles freeze to the tracks.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I think calling them heroes is a bit much.
Nah, what? He is a hero, man.
Oh, he was just cocking his
Raccoon?
leg over and trying to get to the other side of the tracks. And
And he had slightly moist balls and stuck to the railway track.
I want to know where this freed him now.
-12. Oh, crikey.
Bit of warm water. Maybe breathed on it. Got his lips right down
They use
there.
a shovel and warm water to pry the raccoon's penis from the track.
Oof.
The animal was found facing oncoming train carriage but was unable to move given the situation of his private parts.
Oh, man.
Luckily for the traumatised raccoon, railroad worker Neil Mullis, 35, came across it while working on December 19th and set about freeing it. And like Mike said, he used a shovel and warm water to pry the raccoon's penis from the track.
Yeah, but you still got to pry the raccoon's penis, and he just pries it. You're getting the shovel under it,
Under his bottom.
under his arm. Oh,
Well, I'd just go for just the warm water for a minute, I would, until you see a little bit of movement. Yeah, he says after about 5 minutes of slowly working him loose, he was free.
5 minutes! A whole 5 minutes!
He jumped off the rail and ran into the woods and never looked back.
They'll never go there.
Jesus. Poor little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the railway workers could tell how or why the raccoon ended up straddling the track. Well, he's just trying to get from one side to the other, and he's just cocked up, isn't he?
You know what? There's the punk road right there.
Yeah, I'll take that. And it was also unclear how long he'd been there. Well, between the last train going and...
I hope it was between just after the last train had gone past.
Do you think he'd just cocked his leg to have a quick wee or something, and just the moisture in it,
Could be.
he just
Yeah,
cocked
that'd be
it at the wrong place, kind of thing?
Mm.
Because I'm trying to work out how the poor little sausage got stuck like that.
It's -12.
Yeah.
But why were his balls all moist?
He'd been licking him, hadn't he? If you could lick yours, you
But
would.
that's why I was wondering, did he just like cock his leg up for a pee?
Surely, the raccoon would have run and jumped over, like...
You've gone four-legged.
I think he was cocking up for a pee, wasn't he?
I don't know, maybe you just thought, I'll sit here.
Risque, isn't it? Peeing there.
Well, certainly, he knows that now.
He ain't going
certainly
back.
does.
He ain't going back. Ah, the Doomsday Clock's back.
Oh, I know. But,
Yay!
yeah. What are we, 90 seconds now?
You know us, listener, we like to update you on the Doomsday Clock, and now it's signalling highest ever peril level. The symbolic Doomsday Clock has moved closer than ever to midnight, declaring humanity perilously close to catastrophe. The clock, set to 90 seconds to midnight, marks how close our planet is to complete annihilation because of man-made
I have
actions.
to update my clock now.
You will, yeah. It's a little known fact that Mike's clock in the kitchen doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? You ever seen it when you got him?
Set for the Doomsday
He
Clock.
always sets
Nice.
it was set at 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes to midnight. The bulletin of
And
the
that
atomic...
song is actually about the Doomsday Clock.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, or BAS, or BAS, said the clock moved in large part because of the war in Ukraine. The idea began in 1947 to warn humanity of the dangers of nuclear war. The hands of the clock are moved closer to or further away from midnight based on the scientists' reading of existential threats at a particular time. And midnight marks the theoretical point of annihilation.
So how does it feel to be born in the most dangerous time in humanity's history?
It's only as dangerous as when they started doing the clock. Surely it was a bit more dangerous before they started.
When did it
Didn't
start?
have climate change
Didn't
then.
it start at like 10 minutes to or 9 minutes to or something like that? I'm pretty sure it did. Right, the decision made by the BAS Science Security Board, which includes 13 Nobel laureates, this year the announcement was made available in Ukrainian and Russian as well as English due to the war in Ukraine. The board stated the war had raised profound questions on how nations interact, as well as an apparent downfall in international conduct. To quote them, they said that Russia's thinly veiled threats to use nuclear weapons remind the world that escalation of the conflict by accident, intention or miscalculation is a terrible risk.
Yep.
The other threats mentioned this year include climate change, biological threats and disruptive technologies,
AI.
AI, COVID and
Climate change.
climate change.
7 minutes to was the original
Oh, was it?
See?
time. It was 7,
It's
It's not, like
47.
it's not like it gave us like a full 24 hours.
17... Oh, no.
7 minutes to.
Yeah. 17 minutes is the furthest it's been away.
In 2020, the clock hands are moved 100 seconds closer to midnight. Why 2020? COVID?
Must have been.
I wouldn't have moved it 100 seconds. That seems like a bit of an overkill. The following years, in 2021 and 2022, the clock hand stayed at the same place.
Trump also took United States out of the Paris Agreement, didn't he? About that time.
I know, but still 100 seconds seems a bit much.
I don't know.
It's a lot, isn't it, 100 seconds? And
It's not a lot, that's the point.
Well, when you started at 17 minutes, 100 seconds is a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Went from like 2 minutes then to 100 seconds,
Oh,
didn't it?
Oh, even so, when you started at 17 minutes to midnight, you're not starting at 11, are you? Which it should have.
You know what I mean? It's not gone from 17 minutes to 100 seconds overnight.
No, they dropped it by 100 seconds. Seems a lot.
They dropped it to 100 seconds.
I'm sure they dropped it by 100 seconds.
Dropped it by 100%.
Yeah.
Did they?
They dropped it by 100 seconds in 2020. It moved 100 seconds closer at midnight. So when you started at 17 minutes, well, 100 seconds is a reasonable chunk of 17 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Things are getting worse, mate. I don't know.
Well, things are getting... I'm not going to argue with that. Technically, we've had some... Well, yeah, we have had some thinly veiled threats of nuclear war from Russia, but that ain't going to happen because Putin knows where the money comes from. And you don't like that...
Like you said, it could be an accident, miscalculation.
You
know about we've gone through the nuclear war, all the accidents that could have happened?
Mate, how many have we had?
Exactly, so it just takes one more, doesn't it? And that one to go through.
Well, it does, but at the same time, we've lived through so many nuclear close calls.
Yeah,
so many threats.
Exactly. How many times?
How many times can we keep
No
getting
one is
lucky?
going to drop that bomb, I'm telling you.
How many
No
times can we
one's
get-
going to do it
Well, I
because the
love
money
your
dries
confidence.
up.
I know. I wish we all
The
had
money
it.
dries up. All these fuckers want is money and power. And if they drop them bombs, that goes away.
Minute after minute, hour after hour.
Because they're the only ones in those shelters. The rest of us ain't getting in.
Money.
There's
Exactly, so
nothing
they're fine,
left.
aren't they?
There's no end game to it. The game they're playing, they're more than happy with. Keep on feeding us these things, make us all afraid, and keep taking our money.
Like you say, it could just be an accident, couldn't it?
It could be an accident, but I don't know. I firmly believe Russia doesn't have any fucking working ICBMs given how shit they've done in Ukraine.
Well, they spent all their money in nuclear weapons where it's all gone.
Yeah, but how many of them are going to fly when that time comes, considering their track record?
Enough of them will. They've got thousands of them, haven't they?
They have, but I don't know. I mean, obviously we are. It's justified.
Climate change is the biggest.
It's justified to drop it.
That's the
for
biggest
that.
threat.
The climate change is the biggest one, isn't it? It's got to be.
I think we should move on to the next cheery one anyway.
Well, what we got next?
Something more cheerful, hopefully.
No, it isn't.
Oh, what?
He didn't kill himself. Ghislaine Maxwell claims former lover Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in jail.
Well, I think we all
No shit.
We all pretty much knew that anyway, didn't
What
we?
Yeah.
what we need in this world are more Jeffrey Epstein days.
I
You
wondered
remember
what
that?
you were
Well,
gonna
when
say
he killed
then.
himself, right? Let me finish. When he killed himself, the entire
When he
global
killed himself.
When he quote killed himself, the entire community across the globe it's the only day the internet has fucking agreed.
Yeah.
Everyone went, well, that's bullshit. Of course he didn't. We need more moments like that where the world comes together and says no. It stands up together in one voice and says no. We will not go quietly into the night. Oh, sorry, that's Independence Day. It says no.
But the question is, who murdered him?
CIA, MI6, Mossad, Beijing maybe. Who else we got? German intelligence services, French intelligence, GIG9, I think.
Anybody who's had dealings with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, any politician or just, you know what, international mercenaries from various international mercenary groups, anyone.
Hitmen hired by the people that's in the Black Book.
Yeah.
Like the A-Team.
Yes, but more dastardly.
More deadly.
Well, no one was more deadly than the A-Team, Pete.
I don't know, I can't remember them ever killing anybody.
Oh no, but still. A-Team versus Predator.
They definitely bruised a few people.
That's what I want to see. I want to see A-Team versus Predator.
B.A. Baracus would kick his ass.
Yes, I want to see B.A. Baracus picking up a predator and snapping his spine over his knee.
Ain't getting on no plane, fool.
Yeah, my skull ain't going no spaceship. You know?
You an ugly motherfucking bitch.
You know what we shouldn't be doing in Mrs. Mr. T? That's really cultural appropriation. Shit.
Mr. T.
I love Mr. T though. He personally replied to me on Twitter once.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Me and Mr. T.
I've
I've told this story before, but it was a long time ago. Do you remember when the Winter Olympics one and the curling was like enthralling people?
Yeah.
I got sucked into
Yeah.
curling as a
That's a
late
lot of
night
us
sport,
did. Yeah, yeah.
right? I came from work at 2 in the morning and the curling's just on.
And what else
and
was
I'd
on?
watch it.
Yeah.
And I got fucking drawn into it. The way Mr. T, who was also watching it, got drawn into it. And I was like, it's just amazing, isn't it? And he was like, yes, it is. He replied to me personally. The tension, the drama, the slow glide of the...
I
the
bet
thing
you had
that-
a wank instantly after that.
I was erect.
I would have. Mr. T!
Yeah, me and Mr. T. Buds. Twitter buds. But either way, Epstein didn't kill himself.
No. So go on then. What's said about it?
That was it, basically. She was interviewed on
Should she be getting interviewed being in jail? I don't think she should be.
Talk TV,
I don't think she should be given a platform.
and basically she was asked if she thought he committed suicide. She replied, "No, I don't believe he did. I believe that he was murdered."
She's a bit behind times,
Yeah.
isn't it, really?
Yeah, we all knew that one.
I'm amazed that she hasn't been locked up yet.
So am I, but I think it's A, because it's a bit too obvious, and B, because,
No one's going to believe her.
yeah, she's going to say whatever it takes, isn't she, at that point? Well, that's certainly how it's portrayed
Yeah.
to us.
She's got to know a lot, though, hasn't she?
Oh, she's got to know shitloads. She was in on it. Of course she was. But where's that black book? Anybody want to give me an answer? Where's that black book? Has it been shredded, burned,
Probably.
just placed under file for national security reasons?
Probably being used to blackmail people as we speak.
Possibly.
Well, when they probably went and murdered him, they were probably like, "Where's that black book, bitch? Tell me where it is, or you're dead."
Well, they had it. The cops have got it.
Yeah, they had it. They had it before they arrested her.
Right. So where is it?
That's what I mean.
Exactly. Where are the names?
Yeah.
Do you know?
They'll be confidential now, won't they?
Well, why should they be?
I know they shouldn't be, but, you know, they will be, won't they? Be all covered up.
Well,
and-
these are prominent people in our society that are abusing children. We should know about this
It's
shit.
against every
yeah.
law in pretty much every country, isn't it?
Except it's being covered up by the biggest elite possible. That's the problem.
Probably because they're the ones involved.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They're the ones at the top.
of course, they own the news agencies.
Allegedly.
Well, no, it's not even allegedly. The richest people on the planet own the news agencies who tell us what they want us to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not going to say, oh yeah,
And they're the
by the
police
way-
chiefs as well.
and they're the police
It's
chiefs.
like in the Met, all the rapists and
We covered it
murderers.
last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
9 police officers accused of rape.
And one,
What?
And one high up was a paedophile.
Potentially 3, wasn't it?
Could be.
1 killed himself and 2 were convicted. So, yeah, these are the people who are actually running our society,
Yep.
and they're all in on it. So they ain't going to tell us. They're just hoping we all forget. Oh, look at Ukraine. Look at the cost of living crisis.
COVID.
Look at COVID. Look at the Tories
All
being shit.
distraction in it.
It's all a distraction. Everything's a distraction, isn't it?
And they're all male.
What's that got to do with anything, Claire? That's sexist. Liz Truss was Prime Minister for 48 days, and she trashed the economy.
Gosh,
What are you going to say about her?
she was just a scapegoat, wasn't she?
Oh, scapegoat, right? Yeah. Of course she did. The lettuce lasted longer than her. We're all equally to blame in this.
Look at Ghislaine Maxwell. She's a woman. She.
Aided and abetted the world's biggest sex offender.
He was a man.
She can't tell me she didn't she join in some cases? I think she did.
I still think my women ruling the world would be a good idea.
Awful.
Just for a while.
Oh right,
The
until
people
when?
should rule the world.
See if just, you know.
We'll give you 10 minutes.
Whoever's best
10
for
minutes.
whoever's best for the job be in that
Yeah.
position.
Male, female, doesn't matter.
Whoever's best for the job
Yeah.
should be in that position.
Yeah.
Simple as. That's how it should work.
And it certainly ain't any of the pricks that are out there at the minute.
Anyway, to finish with something a bit.
Yes, let's go a bit of a lighter,
Yeah.
I
note.
know how much Pete loves furries.
So a man who spent £19,000 to become a wolf just wants to be free of human relationships.
Oh, don't we all, buddy? Don't we all?
Charming.
So a man has forked out a whopping £19,000 on a highly realistic, bespoke wolf suit. He says he wears it. When he wears it, he no longer feels human, which is the least I'd expect after spending that much cash, to be fair.
You're too right.
So, Toro Ueda,
We'll go with that.
something like that, an engineer from Tokyo, likes to relax and unwind by donning his wolf costume that took 4 people 7 weeks to create, as it gives him chance to escape the normal human life and embrace feeling like a wolf.
Pretty
Now,
good,
to
isn't
be
it?
fair,
To be fair, it's fucking amazing.
it
Yeah.
is the top half is amazing. The face, it really does look like a fucking wolf.
The
Yeah.
face is fantastic. I mean, it's even the nose.
It couldn't be closer to a real looking wolf if it tried, in all
Yeah.
fairness. It reminds me of the wolves in Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. If you remember the original,
Oh,
if
fuck me.
anybody can remember the original, it reminds me of that, but better.
I don't think I remember the original of that.
I've got it on DVD somewhere.
Was it like an 80s
Yeah.
TV
It
show?
was like a 6-part on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, maybe,
Sunday
yeah,
evening.
maybe. I don't remember it in detail, admittedly.
Yeah, and it was just all people dressed up in the costumes of the animal.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, alright, for 3 million yen or 19 grand,
It's a lot of money though, innit?
I'd also want my costume to look fucking shit hot.
It's a lot of money for a costume, isn't it? But if that, mentioned before, my ex-brother-in-law, he was a furry and he spent £1,500 on a costume, and yeah, it was good. It was impressive. Nothing compared to this one.
Yeah, go check it out, listener, if you want it. It's on ladbible.com. I'm sure you can find it on other websites. If you just invite a Japanese man with wolf costume into Google, put that in, I'm sure you'll find it. Fuck, it's incredible.
It's the face that makes it. The rest
Yeah.
of it's shit.
No, the rest
Not
isn't
shit, but
Obviously,
It's
you've got
the
to
face.
factor in the fact you've got, opposable thumbs and 5 toes.
a human body and human
but
shape.
it's fantastic.
But no, the face of it is amazing.
I really want to watch him walk on all fours.
Yeah, because I think it'd look better on all fours, as wrong as that sounds. I think.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. You'd love to see him on all fours, wouldn't
I
you?
think.
Presenting to you. Waggling his tail at you.
Well, he's just going to look odd, isn't he? Because his legs are longer than his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But
But no,
it makes him happy.
It's that top half. It's shit
looks
hot. It
pretty
is
cool.
amazing. Fair play.
So there you go. Happiness is being a wolf. Ignore everything else. Once you're done with work, and forget it all by dressing as a wolf.
Oh, I bet it's right sweaty inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just give me a joint and a cup of tea and I'll be happy. None of this wolf business.
Oh, you haven't got 90 grand anyway. I haven't got 90 grand to spend on a wolf costume. Oh, 3 million yen. That's a fair chunk as well, isn't it? If you,
Well, yeah, it's 19 grand.
I know, but if you're dealing in yen, then spending 3 million of it is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 19 grand, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, towards it's 19 grand.
I'd much rather be buying a shit hot car for that.
Yeah.
Yes, very true. Alright, well, I've been Ben. Thank you for listening. Stop using glass-coated string when you're flying kites. Hey?
Yeah.
Stop doing that. It's crazy.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Don't straddle the frozen tracks.
Ooh.
And I've been Pete. I suppose if you're going to spend 19 grand on a costume, I suppose at least wear it and enjoy it. Bye.